And I think we're going. Okay, good evening, everybody. It is 7:32 Central. And Michelle here from Sioux Falls with the One Person Big Difference Family Life Vantage. You all welcome, welcome, welcome to July and to the fun. Is everybody doing well? Had a great 4th and great Canada Day, all the good stuff. So many exciting things going on. Dr. Sveta Silverman got her Jeep for Harry. Oh, it's just the coolest thing. If you haven't, check out her Facebook page, and others that are getting their Jeeps. You guys are going to be sharing all of that with us, but that was a big, big deal and so exciting that she did it on her birthday. And she gave it to her incredible husband, Harry. So much fun, so darn beautiful. If you're just hopping on, I just wanted to say that I was watching The Strangest Secret right before I got on here by Earl Nightingale, and my heart was just racing, and I was just feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like we've got to play this. So we're going to see how quick we can go through things. I'm random. Sometimes things just happen and they come out, and there might be a reason that this all happened, but there's a lot of exciting things going on. So get into the chat here tonight, you guys, and just start taking notes and let people know what's happening for you. But first things first, Life Vantage is a gift. Yes or yes, right? Life Vantage is going to be ringing the bell at the NASDAQ on July 21st. So is it set in your alarm clocks? Is it set in your calendar? Have you started telling people Life Vantage is ringing the closing bell on July 22nd at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? So make sure that's there. Be proud of it. Shout it from the roofs, you guys. And then the next day is our Activate event. Do you know what that is? This is a global event. Who here, let's see it in the chat, is registered for the Activate event? Yes, yes, yes. If you're not, tonight is the night to do it. Look into Telegram, find the link, reach out to your team, ask them if you're not sure. This is a must. Who here feels like they have a global multi-million plus dollar business right at their fingertips here with Life Vantage? The business, yes. The products, the world, everybody, this is so much bigger than all of us can imagine, but we have to put on our CEO hats, because guess what? You and your business, you are the CEO. You are in charge of your destiny. You are and have been gifted everything that you need to make things fly. It is all in our heads and in our hearts to get this out there. So you are the CEO. So what do you do when you're the CEO? You show up and you do the things necessary to create and to bless. I know the hearts of so many here is to bless, bless, bless. Yes. Well, how do we bless? We bless by showing up, doing the do, learning, building belief, and just soaring. So we're going to all be registered for that event. It's 4 hours, 10 Mountain to 2 Mountain Standard Time. When you register, you get 30 days of replay. Do you want replay? Do you ever watch some of these Life Vantage events? You're like, oh my gosh. Oh, I need to have this. I wish I had the replay of that. Or, ooh, this one little tidbit was so dang good. I just want to record it and put it in my stories, or anything of that sort. When we had our leader call today, Don Krishnaswamy was so incredible. He, if you guys can mute yourself, thank you. See, I didn't mute everybody. He was so great. And he's like, of course I'm going to be registered on my own, even if I go to another person's watch party, because number one, I get the replay, but number two, even if I'm watching it on the TV or on the computer, well, then I'm logged in, and then I can screenshot different slides that they have up. Do you guys realize the study, the STUDY of collagen and NRF2 is coming out on the 22nd. Do you think we're going to want a replay of all of those details? Do you think we're going to want to be like, holy guacamole, I'm going to need some screenshots of the things that they're talking about, because who knows if we're going to get access to those shareables or whatnot afterwards. So we are the CEOs. We're going to take ownership of our business. We're going to screenshot. We're going to help each other. We're going to share. We're going to be in the Telegram group. We're going to be in the social media Telegram group, and we are going to help one another to get this word out there. So make sure that you're registered, whether you're going to a watch party or not. If you're, or when you get registered, and if you enrolled within the last year, or you got an elite pack or a business builder pack or platinum pack, the biggest pack, I guess I should say, you had access to a year's worth of LifeVantage Academies that were $25 a piece. Here's the deal. You can use one of those for your Activate event ticket if you're not registered yet. So you can register to the back office. I've been told there's the drop down. I haven't looked to double check, but I was told that there is the drop down and you can use that. Or you can just contact corporate and say, register me. I want to use my LVA ticket for that, and they will make sure that you get registered. So who here is committed to registering for Activate? Who's going to be having a watch party? Think about this, you guys. Getting the watch parties done. I think actually our Arizona crew is going to be having some live Activate event stuff happening. So make sure to watch out for some of your friends there. But I want you to think about gathering, only if Dirk behaves. Yeah, that's so funny. If he's going to have some goats. Think about, gathering everybody ahead of time. Have some food, something, whatever. Get excited, have the music playing. You start watching it all together. Afterwards, you're going to be so darn excited. I would recommend being together and start making some little incentives with each other, start texting people, start calling people together, start taking pictures, people that you've been talking to. I wish you were here. Oh my goodness gracious, all of that. Another thing that I would make sure that you guys do, if you haven't done it yet tonight, commit to having a meeting right after. In Sioux Falls, we're working on it right now. We're going to have one on the 25th, and it's going to be a LifeVantage meetup, and it's going to be at our house. For those of you that are here in Sioux Falls, FYI, we're working on it on the 25th. So I recommend you all make sure that you have a place and a meeting, whether it's in person, which is so dang powerful, yes, but if you're in an area where there's nobody necessarily around, like let's get a Zoom meeting. It's going to be such good information. You're going to want, while that's going on that Saturday, you're going to be so excited. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, we've got to connect. You've got to hear about this. You're going to be wanting to be messaging people. So who's committed? Registering for Activate, and then getting a meeting, right? Where the CEO, we're going to take charge. We're not going to wait for any of our people to reach out to us. We're going to reach out to our people and our team. And it might be the person that enrolled you and saying, let's get this rolling. And we're going to make the decision and get it done right now. Yes, yes, yes. So that's going to be coming out. We're going to book the meeting. You're going to be also seeing, and they're going to talk a little bit about it. LifeVantage is going to be having some exciting things like 90-day blitzes across the country. There's going to be 5 different places that they're going to be going hard for 90 days. But there's also people here that have committed to building their own markets for a good 90 days plus. And put in the chat if anybody wants to make a difference in the next 90 days. Those of you that were here when Collagen first became a part of LifeVantage, right? All of that excitement, all that. Now imagine having the study on top of that and going and making a difference. We're going to take charge and be the CEO of our business, and we're going to build vision, and we're going to go big for the next 90 days. Anybody want to make a difference in their business and get it started into the months where it's the biggest in network marketing? Yes, right? It's going to be school time. It's going to be doing all of that. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Now, Telegram. Telegram is your friend. Yes or yes? Telegram is your friend. Make sure your notifications are on, you guys, in Telegram. In the one person Big Difference family, that is not a chat group. 99, we've talked about this, 99% of questions that I get are right there in Telegram. If you have different Telegram, if you guys can mute, if you have different Telegram groups that are chat, and it's like, oh, I just need a little break, you can pause those, look at those once a day, do whatever, but make sure that you're looking at that daily. I'm in several different masterminds, and one of them is with Eric Worre, who is one of the top, or he is the top network marketing coach in the world. And he doesn't care. Like, if you want your information, Michelle, this is where you go. And like, I can't ask him certain things. He's like, if you want this, you go there. So go there. We want things simple for you. We want you fed. We want you to have everything that you need. Of course, you know, we could definitely miss something, but make sure that you guys have Telegram and make sure that you're looking there regularly. The majority of your things are going to be there. Some of those things have been this registration and whatnot, but other things that are coming up that I'm going to announce right now that are going live tomorrow is, I meant to bring it in here. Who is loving the new Axio limited time offer flavors? Are they so darn good and so amazing? If anybody has them, buy them. Let us know and put up here. Life Vantage. My dog is sleeping and she's making funny noises right now behind me. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. She's like, ah. Starting tomorrow, they are going on, let's see, starting tomorrow, for the, help me, Marisa, Tanya.
Yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you. So if you buy on subscription 2 of the limited time flavors, you will receive a Axio beach towel. Isn't that cool? And this is good for customers as well.
Yes. And the beach towel is so cool. So check Telegram. It's going to be in there. We'll show you the picture. What a perfect way to be at the pool, at the beach, and people will be like, what is Axio? I'm so glad you asked. Here's a little stick. If anybody here ordered 2 of them, it could be the same flavor, it could be 1 of each, it could be 2 of the other flavor. If you order them on the 5th or the 10th subscription, both of them, you will also get that towel. So I know Donna and Mia were like, oh, it just went out. And I said, oh, you're still gonna get it. So get that on your subscription, you guys. Get those Axios and let your customers also know, because people like to get those fun things, right? They're so fun. Starting tomorrow as well. Who here loves Axio raspberry tea? I know some people are like, oh, that is so refreshing and yummy, especially in the summer. Starting tomorrow, that is going to be 30% off. Oh, exciting? 30% off. Yes. All right. So let everybody know that. The other thing, are you guys ready? I don't know if you're going to be ready. It's a little bit of like, let's just cry for a moment, but let's like celebrate for people that like good deals. Body care. The body care, like the body wash, the body lotion, not the hand cream, but the body care line is going to be discontinued. So if you are obsessed with the body wash, which we are, that is going to run out fast. F-A-S-T. I don't know why I keep saying these things tonight, like letters and spelling things out, but it's because I'm emphasizing. Let's see, I've got to mute. There we go. Emphasizing what's going on. So body wash, body care will be 30% off starting tomorrow. If you are obsessed with it, order as much as you possibly can, because it is going away. And I was told today on our field advisory board meeting, it won't be available, that the body wash portion will not be available for sure after the 31st of this month. I would be surprised if it didn't sell out prior to that. So my heart to yours, order what you need, what you want. I don't know what the future is for all of the things. I do know they are working on incredible things in the True Science skincare line. Don't know all the plans, but get what you can. And then the other things, it's just there until they sell out completely and then they're gone. But they're 30% off starting tomorrow. Does everybody have that? I would get with all of your consultants. I would get with your customers, anybody that's ever ordered it. This is something that you can go to corporate with and ask them who in my organization has ever ordered this, you know, anything in there, and they can give you a report. But load up, you guys. Anything else, leaders, that I would have missed on that? So big deal. I know. June enrollment. So anybody here that enrolled last month, welcome over and over again to the family. You are going to be getting the 10 free collagen, right? That I think it was the 19th or so afterwards that you'd get the free collagen last month here in the US. And then anybody that continued that enrolled last month into this month that stayed on subscription of the Glow Stack and more also got another 10 pack. So make sure that you and yours have their subscription going out this month for that additional free 10 pack. Okay, really make sure of that. But what are we doing with those 10 packs, you guys? Are we using them to consume them for ourselves, or are we using them to go build our business? Right? We're the CEO, we're going to go out, we're going to build. We're going to have them handy. We're going to reach out to our current customers that are there that, and, can maybe upgrade. We're going to bring it to them. We're going to give them a tasting of it. We're going to reach out to anybody and everybody and have pictures that are ready. We are going to, some different ideas are, 10, do 1 a day, 2 a day. We always say with Life Energy, 2 a day, every day. Well, maybe make it a goal to be like, I'm going to share these collagen samples with 2 people today. Who's it going to be until they're all gone? I'm going to have a sip and glow party, and I'm going to have a minimum of 10 guests there. And I'm going to make sure each one of those guests does it. And I'm going to get it done within 10 days. You can get really creative with all of it. But the reason that they're doing that 10 pack free for each of those is to help everybody here build their business. So good, right? So good. I think that is something just to continue. I'm going to mute. That is something here loves the customer page, our customer page, Vitality Living. Who has their story in there? Who does not have their story in there? And remember how important your story is. Sometimes I'll hear people say, well, I don't really have, much of a story, or it's not this. Every story matters. If you have a little bit more energy, that story is there. If you're sleeping a little bit more, that story is there. If your hair is filling in, that story is there. If your vision is improving, that story. That is so important. But the biggest thing that I want to ask all of you is, who is adding people there every day, every week, at least every week? Who's adding people to it every week? Right? You reach out, we don't spam people, of course, but it's be like, you're all excited, you're all jacked up. Oh my gosh, you got to get into this page. There's so many stories, so much science. You get in there, and I'm going to tag you on this, that's important to you. What happens when those things happen, and then you let them know where the magnifying glass is they go in there, they play, they build their belief. What I would do if I were you have stories. You have customers that have stories. Yes. Do some of you have customers that have stories? Amazing, right? Is their story in there? A lot of times it's some of us, right? But it's not necessarily our customers. What would happen, do you think, if your customers started putting their stories in there? What is so beautiful when you start putting your customer story in there, number one, it's going to make them so happy to share with other people, right? That's the heart of the human, is to help other people and to give hope and belief. So what also happens is people will be in there, they'll be excited, or they'll put their story there. They'll see that other people are interested, other people are excited, other people are curious. That will build them up, make them even more excited. Do you think some of those people then will be thinking about becoming a consultant? We see that happen over and over again. So I highly encourage you guys to write out, who in your organization is a customer that has shared some of their stories with you. Ask them, say, oh my gosh, the world needs to hear your story. Will you throw it in there? Would you do this and that? And it will, I'm telling you, you reaching out to them will mean a lot to them. But then when their story is told, it's going to give people hope, and it's going to bless them. Their heart's going to be filled because they are going to realize how they are helping people. So who's committed to doing that? Reaching out. I'm telling you, it'll make a difference in your business. I promise you. And what will happen when you have strong customers, they will stay on the products longer. They're going to be referring more people. Magic is just going to happen there, you guys. It's so, so good. So I want to share one last little thing here that the incredible Tanya Sheldon, executive, amazing superstar Tanya Sheldon did. Who here would love to have a little video that's short and concise that when you enroll a customer, it'll show them how to change their subscription real quick, how to access, subscribe and save, this and that. Would anybody here like that? Anybody? Yes? All right, well, let's see if there's anything out there maybe like that. Let's see.
Now that you're a new customer with us, you're going to receive an email that you want to keep. There'll be a blue button that gives you access to your wellness wallet as a customer. Also keep track of the password that you created when you signed up. That's how you'll access it. If you scroll down before you log in, you'll be able to see more information about our customer rewards program as well. Now, once you log in, you'll see a menu that allows you to manage your subscriptions, change addresses, change dates, and even credit cards. The most important thing, turn on that green button. That allows you to make sure you automatically get to use the rewards that you earn as you're a customer with us. You can easily add to your subscription through here. You can also take orders away from your subscription. Just always make sure that you click that save button. And again, you can change your date and move things out at the same time. We're here for you, whatever you need. Enjoy.
What? Yeah. Let's unmute and say thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
That is so awesome, Tanya.
So
awesome.
good. So that magic, you guys, is going into Telegram right after this. Okay, so I'm going to throw that in there. So what do? Once it's in there, you just click on the video and press save, and it'll go into your camera roll. So the moment that you enroll a customer, be like, oh my gosh, here you go. This is so exciting. Is there anything else, Tanya, you want to say to that?
No, the reason I did it was because of an issue that I had, that a consultant was having with their customers and feeling kind of overwhelmed by trying to take care of a lot of them. And so I felt like this would be a tool for us to empower our customers to really take control of their own account. Because I know for me, there was a time when I was trying to control a lot of accounts for people because I wanted to give them good customer service, but I don't like it. It's not fun for me, and it's overwhelming, and it's just not a fun part of this. And I want us to enjoy this business. And so I just feel like if we have tools like that to empower our customers, letting them know, like, it's up to you to set the basis before you even give them this video, right? Letting them know they're going to get the welcome email. Here's a short video on how to handle your account. There's a separate video on the rewards that they'll get, or you can tell them that as well. But I just thought the shorter, the better, to empower them to handle themselves so you don't get bogged down with handling your customers' accounts.
So good, right? And who is sometimes you're really busy and they ask a question and then you're like, oh, I can get back to you, but you can't maybe right in that moment where you can send them that. It's a quick tool. Tanya, will you share with them what you're going to be doing or what you're working on right now, and that will be out tomorrow as well?
Yeah. And if you have ideas, honestly, I like this. It's fun for me. So if you have ideas, I really enjoy doing this. It's like my creative side that I like. But I'm making one for new consultants to show them how to send a cart.
How good is that? Just as simple, right? This has been like, we have to do. But guess who? Miss CEO, Tanya Sheldon, taking action and blessing the rest of us. I mean, seriously, so good. So, I mean, I think Amy said maybe LifeVantage needs to hire you for all these short little videos. And we were talking today, you guys, with, leadership. We're so blessed to have these incredible leaders that we meet every Monday. And, yes, would it be amazing for corporate to do all these things? And do they have a lot of lists of different videos? 1,000%. But guess what? We are the CEOs of our business. If we want something, we got to make it happen. Really, their job is to send product on time, ship it out, right? And to pay us on time. Do we get that done? We are blessed. We are fortunate. Everything else is really up to us. Yes, we want all these things. Yes, they are there for us. But are you kidding me? We are on the NASDAQ. We're ringing the bell. We have a study coming out that's going to blow all of our minds, everything that I've heard. We have the only natural product on the planet that's proven to extend a lifespan. We have a skincare system that shows that it's better than retinol. I mean, who here is sleeping better with PM? I mean, I could go forever and ever and ever. So we have to go, we have to fly, we have to show up, we have to take ownership, we have to connect. You know, today I put a post out and one person asking who here is from Houston, because I was on the phone with somebody last night that's ready to run and ready to do stuff. And I know we've got some other people in Houston. So what can we do to connect each other and to build faster and to create different things? So reach out to people and be like, we're doing this. We're going to go, we're going to create, and we're going to fly, because who is it up to? It is up to us, and we are blessed. We cannot wait for anybody to do things for us. We have to show up and be who God, you know, designed us to be, to shine the light, to live, to love, to connect, and to make a difference. This is way too important, way too big to not do that. So anything else, you guys? You know, I really want to play the strangest secret and the 19 thing. So maybe I could either put it on here or I can send it out. I'm telling you, it's so good.
Play it, Michelle.
It's so good. All right, I will pull it up and play it. For those of you that want to be blessed by Earl Nightingale, I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to play it. Stay on. It's 19 minutes or 16 minutes is the strangest. There's two different ones. The strangest secret, that's insane. And then there's one that changed your life in 19 minutes. That's insane as well. So if you're going to stay on for that. I know there's a couple others that have some different team calls. So we know, come back, listen to it, but commit maybe if you don't have anything for the next 16 minutes to listening to it, because it's a good one. Those of you that have listened to them, should I play Change Your Life in 19 Minutes or The Strangest Secret? Tell me. Do I have anybody that's saying? Strangest Secret. Okay, I'm going to do Strangest Secret. Okay, it's so good. Bear with me. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Strangest Secret. Share. Let me know that you can see this.
Locating crystals.
And I'll have this here for a
These
second.
crystals become electrically active.
Okay.
He's in fear and anxiety in the wood. And if he thinks about nothing, he becomes nothing.
Oh, this was me listening. My bad. Hold on. Here we go. Enjoy. Take notes. Let it sink in. You're going to after school.
I'd like to tell you about the strangest secret in the world. Some years ago, the late Nobel Prize winning Dr. Albert Schweitzer was being interviewed in London, and a reporter asked him, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?" The doctor was silent a moment, and then he said, "Men simply don't think." It's about this that I want to talk with you. We live today in a golden age. This is an era that man has looked forward to, dreamed of, and worked toward for thousands of years. But since it's here, we pretty well take it for granted. We in America are particularly fortunate to live in the richest land that ever existed on the face of the earth, a land of abundant opportunity for everyone. But you know what happens? Well, let's take 100 men who start even at the age of 25. Do you have any idea what will happen to those men by the time they're 65? These 100 men who all start even at the age of 25 believe they're going to be successful. If you ask any one of these men if he wanted to be a success, he'd tell you he did. And you'd notice that he was eager toward life, that there was a certain sparkle to his eye, and erectness to his carriage, and life seemed like a pretty interesting adventure to him. But by the time they're 65,
Not good,
none
huh?
will be rich.
Oh,
4 will be financially independent. 5 will still be working. 54 will be broke. Now think a moment. Out of the 100, only 5 make the grade.
Okay.
Now why do so many fail?
Hard to hear? Oh, I need to share my audio.
Become of the dreams, the hopes, the plans. And why is there such a large disparity between what these
Let me
men
see if I can
intended to
change
do
this.
and what they actually
Share
accomplish?
sound.
When we say about 5% achieve
See if this is
success, we
better.
have to define success. And here's the best definition I've ever been able to find. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If a man is working toward a predetermined goal and knows where he's going, that man is a success. If he's not doing that, he's a failure. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Rollo May, the distinguished psychiatrist, wrote a wonderful book called Man's Search for Himself. And in this book he says, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. And there you have the trouble today. It's conformity, people acting like everyone else without knowing why, without knowing where they're going. Now think of it. In America right now, there are over 18 million people 65 years of age and older. And most of them are broke. They're dependent on someone else for life's necessities. Now, we learn to read by the time we're 7. We learn to make a living by the time we're 25. Usually by that time, we're not only making a living, we're supporting a family. And yet, by the time we're 65, we haven't learned how to become financially independent in the richest land that has ever been known. Why? We conform. And the trouble is that we're acting like the wrong percentage group, the 95 who don't succeed. Now, why do these people conform? Well, they really don't know. These people believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. They're outer-directed people. A survey was made one time that covered a lot of men, working men, and these men were asked, why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning? 19 out of 20 had no idea. If you ask them, they'll say, well, everyone goes to work in the morning, and that's the reason they do it, because everyone else is doing it. Now let's get back to our definition of success. Who succeeds? The only person who succeeds is the person who is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. He's the person who says, I'm going to become this, and then begins to work toward that goal. I'll tell you who the successful people are. A success is the school teacher who's teaching school because that's what he or she wants to do. The success is the woman who's a wife and mother because she wanted to become a wife and mother and is doing a good job of it. The success is the man who runs the corner gas station because that was his dream. That's what he wanted to do. The success is the successful salesman who wants to become a top-notch salesman and grow and build with his organization. A success is anyone who is doing deliberately a predetermined job because that's what he decided to do deliberately. But only 1 out of 20 does that. That's why today there isn't really any competition unless we make it for ourselves. Instead of competing, all we have to do is create. You know, for 20 years, I looked for the key which would determine what would happen to a human being. Was there a key I wanted to know which would make the future a promise that we could foretell to a large extent? Was there a key that would guarantee a person's becoming successful if he only knew about it and knew how to use it? Well, there is such a key, and I've found it. Have you ever wondered why so many men work so hard and honestly without ever achieving anything in particular, and others don't seem to work hard and yet seem to get everything? They seem to have the magic touch. You've heard them say that about someone. Everything he touches turns to gold. And have you ever noticed that a man who becomes successful tends to continue to become successful? And on the other hand, have you noticed how a man who's a failure tends to continue to fail? Well, it's because of goals. Some of us have goals, some don't. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. It's that simple. Think of a ship leaving a harbor, and think of it with the complete voyage mapped out and planned. The captain and crew know exactly where it's going and how long it'll take. It has a definite goal. Now, 9,999 times out of 10,000, it will get to where it started out to get. Now, let's take another ship, just like the first, only let's not put a crew on it or a captain at the helm. Let's give it no aiming point, no goal, no destination. We just start the engines and let it go. I think you'll agree with me that if it gets out of the harbor at all, it will either sink or wind up on some deserted beach, a derelict. It can't go anyplace because it has no destination and no guidance, and it's the same with a human being. Now let's get back to the strangest secret in the world, the story that I wanted to tell you today. Why do men with goals succeed in life and men without them fail? Well, let me tell you something which, if you really understand it, will alter your life immediately. If you understand completely what I'm going to tell you from this moment on, your life will never be the same again. You will suddenly find that good luck just seems to be attracted to you. The things you want just seem to fall in line, and from now on you won't have the problems, the worries, the gnawing lump of anxiety that perhaps you've experienced before. Doubt, fear, well, they'll be things of the past. Here's the key to success and the key to failure. We become what we think about. Now let me say that again. We become what we think about. Throughout all history, the great wise men and teachers, philosophers and prophets have disagreed with one another on many different things. It's only on this one point that they are in complete and unanimous agreement. Listen to what Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. Disraeli said this, everything comes if a man will only wait. I've brought myself by long meditation to the conviction that a human being with a settled purpose must accomplish it, and that nothing can resist a will that will stake even existence for its fulfillment. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this, a man is what he thinks about all day long. William James said, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. And he also said, we need only in cold blood act as if the thing in question were real, and it will become infallibly real by growing into such a connection with our life that it will become real. It will become so knit with habit and emotion that our interest in it will be those which characterize belief. And he also said, if you only care enough for a result, you will almost certainly attain it. If you wish to be rich, you will be rich. If you wish to be learned, you will be learned. If you wish to be good, you will be good. Only you must then really wish these things, and wish them exclusively, and not wish at the same time 100 other incompatible things just as strongly. In the Bible, you read in Mark 9:23, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. My old friend Dr. Norman Vincent Peale put it this way, this is one of the greatest laws in the universe. Fervently do I wish I had discovered it as a very young man. It dawned upon me much later in life, and I found it to be one of the greatest, if not my greatest discovery outside of my relationship to God. The great law, briefly and simply stated, is that if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. That is the simple fact, he went on to say, which is at the basis of an astonishing law of prosperity and success. In 3 words, believe and succeed. William Shakespeare put it this way, our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. George Bernard Shaw said, people are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. Well, it's pretty apparent, isn't it? And every person who discovered this for a while believed that he was the first one to work it out. We become what we think about. Now, it stands to reason that a person who's thinking about a concrete and worthwhile goal is going to reach it, because that's what he's thinking about, and we become what we think about. Conversely, the man who has no goal, who doesn't know where he's going, and whose thoughts must therefore be thoughts of confusion and anxiety and fear and worry, becomes what he thinks about. His life becomes one of frustration and fear and anxiety and worry. And if he thinks about nothing, he becomes nothing. Now, how does it work? Why do we become what we think about? Well, I'll tell you how it works as far as we know. Now, to do this, I want to tell you about a situation that parallels the human mind. Suppose a farmer has some land, and it's good fertile land. Now, the land gives the farmer a choice. He may plant in that land whatever he chooses. The land doesn't care. It's up to the farmer to make the decision. Now, remember, we're comparing the human mind with the land because the mind, like the land, doesn't care what you plant in it. It will return what you plant, but it doesn't care what you plant. Now let's say that the farmer has 2 seeds in his hand. One is a seed of corn, the other is nightshade, a deadly poison. He digs 2 little holes in the earth and he plants both seeds, one corn, the other nightshade. He covers up the holes, waters, and takes care of the land, and what will happen? Invariably the land will return what's planted. As it's written in the Bible, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Now remember, the land doesn't care. It'll return poison in just as wonderful abundance as it will corn. So up come the 2 plants, one corn, one poison. Now, the human mind is far more fertile, far more incredible and mysterious than the land, but it works the same way. It doesn't care what we plant. Success, failure. A concrete, worthwhile goal, or confusion. Misunderstanding, fear, anxiety, and so on. But what we plant, it must return to us. You see, the human mind is the last great unexplored continent on Earth. It contains riches beyond our wildest dreams. It will return anything we want to plant. Now, you might say, well, if that's true, why don't people use their minds more? Well, I think they figured out an answer to that one, too. Our mind comes as standard equipment at birth. It's free, and things that are given to us for nothing we place little value on. Things that we pay money for, we value. The paradox is that exactly the reverse is true. Everything that's really worthwhile in life came to us free. Our minds, our souls, our bodies, our hopes, our dreams, our ambitions, our intelligence, our love of family and children and friends and country, all these priceless possessions are free. But the things that cost us money are actually very cheap and can be replaced at any time. A good man can be completely wiped out and make another fortune. He can do that several times. Even if our home burns down, we can rebuild it. But the things we got for nothing, we can never replace. The human mind isn't used because we take it for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt. It can do any kind of job we assign to it, but generally speaking, we use it for little jobs instead of big, important ones. Universities have proved that most of us are operating on about 10% or less of our abilities. So decide now, what is it you want? Plant your goal in your mind. It's the most important decision you'll ever make in your entire life. What is it you want? Do you want to be an outstanding salesman? A better worker at your particular job? Do you want to go places in your company? In your community? Do you want to get rich? All you've got to do is plant that seed in your mind, care for it, work steadily toward your goal, and it will become a reality. It not only will, there's no way that it cannot. You see, that's a law, like the laws of Sir Isaac Newton, the laws of gravity. If you get on top of a building and jump off, you'll always go down. You'll never go up, and it's the same with all the other laws of nature. They always work. They're inflexible. Think about your goal in a relaxed, positive way. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you will be doing when you've reached your goal. Ours has been called the phenobarbital age, the age of ulcers and nervous breakdowns and tranquilizers. At a time when medical research has raised us to a new plateau of good health and longevity, far too many of us worry ourselves into an early grave trying to cope with things in our own little personal ways without learning a few great laws that will take care of everything for us. These things we bring on ourselves through our habitual way of thinking. Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. He is where he is because that's exactly where he really wants to be, whether he'll admit that or not. Each of us must live off the fruit of his thoughts in the future, because what you think today and tomorrow, next month and next year, will mold your life and determine your future. You're guided by your mind. I remember one time I was driving through eastern Arizona, and I saw one of those giant earth-moving machines roaring along the road at about 35 miles an hour with what looked like 30 tons of dirt in it. A tremendous, incredible machine. And there was a little man perched way up on top with the wheel in his hands, guiding it. And as I drove along, I was struck by the similarity of that machine to the human mind. Just suppose you're sitting at the controls of such a vast source of energy. Are you going to sit back and fold your arms and let it run itself into a ditch? Or are you going to keep both hands firmly on the wheel and control and direct this power to a specific, worthwhile purpose? It's up to you. You're in the driver's seat. You see, the very law that gives us success is a two-edged sword. We must control our thinking. The same rule that can lead a man to a life of success, wealth, happiness, and all the things he ever dreamed of for himself and his family. That very same law can lead him into the gutter. It's all in how he uses it, for good or for bad. This is the strangest secret in the world.
How was it? Good. Oh. Okay, so now, okay. I lost where I had the video now. I guess it's just gonna make that noise for a second. So that is something that that one, and then the 19 minutes will change your life by Earl Nightingale. Listen to that one too. Like, it used to be a practice and I need to do it again, that I would listen to it every month, literally once a month. And
It's a
it's just,
scientific
ooh, I don't know where,
that the hormones of stress downregulate genes. And
I don't know where that is. So I'm just gonna let you guys go.
Because of the
I
size of
can't
your
find it.
We
So-
can turn stress response just by
It's
following
somewhere on here.
our
But
thoughts.
thank you for being on. Love you guys to pieces. Let's put that into practice. Let's have an incredible week ahead, okay? Love you so much.
Possible that our
Good
thoughts
night.
make us
Love
wrong.
you.
The answer is absolutely yes.